Alright guys, Zeb Gattis here coming at you, and I want to talk to you today about some sweeping techniques that you can use. Simple sweeps, just little things to kind of add some flavor to your playing, instead of just like coming in on a note, you know, that you're playing maybe in a scale. I mean, that's fine too. You know, you can just kind of grind and slide in. But these are going to be like little sweeps that you can kind of go in that might give you a little bit of texture in your playing. So I want to look at 4 different patterns. These are going to be in the key of G major, key of E minor. The first particular sweeping pattern that I'm going to play is based around a G major chord. So right up here we have G. And so the way that this first pattern is going to go is I'm going to go from the 10th fret of the 5th string with my first finger, then I'll go down to the 12th fret with my second finger, down to the 12th fret of the 3rd string with my 3rd finger, and then I'm actually going to go to the 10th fret with my first finger. So this is kind of like playing like a sus2 and then sliding up to the major 3rd of a G, which is your B, right? So this is going to go. And the great thing about these sweeps, if you're not at the level where you can sweep yet or get it up to speed, all of these patterns are going to sound great slowed down too. So here it is again. A lot of young players and whatnot, they tend to follow scales, and while scales are really useful and that's great, and there's definitely a place for scales, when you start outlining your chord shapes and understanding how those are arranged on the fretboard, it's going to give you a lot wider range of sound in your soloing as opposed to just playing scales. So one more time on that one. The last note we're going to end on, we're going to kind of slowly walk these up a little bit higher and higher each time. Second phrase is going to be also outlining a G chord. Okay, now this G would be like up here higher up on the neck, more in a bar chord form. And but we're just going to start it on like the 17th fret, okay, which is going to be your G, right? 17th fret of the 4th string. 3rd finger. Then the second finger is just going to stair step down to the 16. First finger will stair step down to the 15, and we're going to hammer to 17. That's it. So not that big of a deal. Remember, when you're sweeping, the idea is to let the pick drag down across the string. Okay, it's not like a single pick. It's a drag. So one more time. So again, pattern 1, pattern 2, and up to speed. Pattern 3 is going to actually be outlining the 5 chord in the key of G, so this will be a D outline. So we're going to start on the 12th fret of the 4th string, which is D, and we're going to go first finger, then down to 14. I use my second finger. If you want to use your 3rd, you can. 3rd finger, going down to 15. And then our first finger will transition down to the 14th fret, hammering to the 15th. So it's going to go like that. And let me make sure I say this too. So many students will focus on their left hand, and obviously both hands are important. But to be honest with you, in your sweeping, if you haven't quite got there yet and you're still struggling in your sweeping, the right hand is normally the more complicated hand, at least in my point of view it is, and it was for me, syncing that right hand with the left hand. Our left hand can naturally kind of build speed, but it's getting the right hand to perfectly go with the exact time as your left hand is moving on those sweeps. So watch out for that. Pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3, and of course up to speed. And you can come out of these a lot of different ways. Let's say you were playing that first shape. You could go like, I mean, there's so many different opportunities there. But our goal is to just make sure we get these little patterns down. Now, the last pattern, the 4th pattern, is actually going to be outlining the 6th chord in the key of G. So this is going to be E minor outline. And it's going to go from the 16th fret of the 3rd string, 17th fret of the 2nd, and then, I mean, it's pretty short, 15th fret of the first, and then hammer up to 17. So it's going 16, 17, 15, 17. Now, if you wanted to add in an extra note, you could. You could add in the 14th fret of the 4th string, which is your E. But for this, for what I'm doing, I'm just going to go from the 3rd string. Okay, pattern 1. Pattern 2. Pattern 3. Pattern 4. So those are the 4 sweeping patterns. And it's going to be the same for every key. So if you arrange this out, you know, you'll be able to learn some different shapes. And like I said, you can break them down slow. Or you can sweep them. Okay? I'm going to play this track, Make You Miss Me by Sam Hunt. I just like the track, and it sounds good. It's in the key of G. And I'm going to play this over the track for you so that you can hear that as well. So here we go. So there you go. So there's the sweeps. Put into context. Pull up a backing track off YouTube. Go to YouTube, type in E minor backing track, G major backing track. Play it over a piece of music. Pull up the Sam Hunt song, Make You Miss Me. Maybe you don't like country. Pull up a different song that's in the key of G or the key of E minor and work it out over a track. It's a lot more fun to practice this stuff over a song or some kind of music in the background as opposed to just sitting in your bedroom and just hammering it out by yourself. So practice on that. Hopefully this helped you and gave you some new ideas, and I'll see you next time.